And welcome one, welcome all inside High and Tights baseball broadcast here, Baseball from Mount Vernon, Iowa at Cornell College Baseball Field. The backdrop for our battle today as we kick off postseason play here today in the 3A, 4AC. However you're tuning in, however you're catching us, thanks for tuning in. And as always, making this a part of your day. As always, we have a great time enjoying some baseball here. It's now postseason. Every single team in Iowa is now into their postseason format, and here we go. A lot of fun in store for you today. And again, we get this game a little bit early because that darn storm front is moving its way in. So not only have we been moved up, but we've been moved up again just a bit, as we now have a 3:30 start time here for you. And we're going to try and get our pregame coverage in here, sprinkle it across the game. Again, however this works out, if we do get cut early due to weather, then we'll let you know on what the changes may be here. But hopefully we get this game in and we get it to rock and roll. So let's dive into the broadcast, brought to you by a Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois, who they help bring us this battle here today. And of course, all the great people at the Iowa High School Athletic Association for making this here possible. We want to give them a big shout out and a big thank you for what they do here. The state of Iowa is in great hands with guys like Chris Cuellar, Andy Umpton, and just all the people who make the sports scene so great here in Iowa. They make it happen, and they make it great. So really do want to give a shout out here to everybody who makes this possible. So let's dive into it. Our pregame report brought to you by Casmium Sports. Check them out today at Casmium Sports and what they can do for you. First and foremost, let's look at the road. Let's look at our team comparisons here for both teams, as we'll get the right team comparison in here in just a bit. Make sure we get the right ones here. Here we go, and here we are. I love when technology works, right? But as we see, this is a series in which Central DeWitt has the edge coming into this one, 15 games to 12. And right now, as we sit, Mount Vernon ranked number 16 in the final polls for the 2025 season. Central DeWitt, they're coming in strong as well. Let's look at the visiting Sabres. 2024 was an epic year for them. Another state tournament trip for them. 25-13, their 14th 20-plus win season of the last 10-plus years or so. This year, looking at 17-18 entering today's game, 6-12 inside what is arguably one of the tougher conferences in the state. And their offense is looking pretty okay right now, right? They're averaging just over 5 runs per game, over 8 hits, and over 10 total bases per contest. Pitching-wise, just a mere 7.6 hits allowed per game, right around 6 strikeouts per contest, and a whip of 1.49. That's hits with walks and scoring position, all that calculated. I love that stat, and we get 1.49 there. On the other side of things, the 16th ranked Mount Vernon Mustangs. 19-18 was their record last year, as they went, again, another deep postseason run that unfortunately fell just shy of a state tournament berth. This year, they're coming in at 17-12, 10-8 in conference, and they too are looking pretty solid on the offensive side of things. 5.5 runs per game, 7.7 hits per game, and just over 10 total bases per contest. Pitching-wise, they're right around similar, just under 7 hits allowed per game, nearly 5 strikeouts per contest, and a whip of 1.69 on the pitching side of things. And, of course, both these teams have had quite a road to get here. Let's look at those roads here. And we'll first start with the visiting team in Central DeWitt. And the road so far brought to you by Insolites. Check them out today at insolites.com. The LED insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. Just pick place onto almost any type of fence out there, on almost any type of post, run the wire right through, and from the comfort of your home, well, let me scratch that. The comfort of your car or home, you can go ahead and make sure that you know your fence is working right with the help of Insolites. So the road so far for the Sabres, they have had pretty much more so of a road contest, and it included the last 3 on the road and now 4 on the road. They did go ahead and sweep West Delaware in a heck of a battle there. And, of course, they also took down Hampton-Dumont Cal, Muscatine as well. And, of course, they also took down the Mustangs here earlier on in the season as well. So we're going to get quite the rematch here in store for you coming on up. But now we move on to the road so far for Mount Vernon, brought to you by the Batting Donut. Make sure to check out everything they've got going at thebattingdonut.com. Sweeten your swing with the help of the Batting Donut. Again, they have been road warriors themselves for the most part here. Road battles against Cascade, a big road win against Pella that helped vault them back into the top 16 rankings. That was Central DeWitt battle, and of course Mount Pleasant to wrap up the regular season, and that's what the road so far has been like for them. And of course, as we also continue right along here, don't forget, please like, subscribe, spread the word, give a shout out. Who are you listening for? Who you're cheering on? We want to hear from you, and we want to hear all the great things that are coming on up here for us. So appreciate that as we get rocking and rolling right along. But again, as we mentioned, this is postseason play, and as we take a look, the bracket for these two teams look like this. They are taking on today's battle, and they will take on the winner of Marion and Vinton-Shellsburg. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, you can see Solon Grinnell and Assumption Washington there as well. So that's what's in stake here as we look to get closer to crowning a sub-state champion. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on defensively here for both of these squads. And we're going to start off here as we take a look at the host Mustangs. Their defensive looks a lot like this. McDermott on the mound, Graft behind the plate, Haberback at first, Chapman at second. Bentley, the stolen base leader on this team right now, he is 3 shy from the school stolen base record. He is at short. Garrett Schwartzengruber at the hot corner at third. Cole Thurn is in left, Michael Ryan in center, Eric Lamb, the South Carolina origin product, coming over in his first full season here with the Mustangs here in Iowa.
Left fielder number 19.
And of course, that has been the defensive setup here for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. Let's go ahead and we'll take it on over and look at Central DeWitt and their look, which is very much like this. It'll include Caden Huff on the mound. Dawson Petchy is doing the duties behind the dish. Cade Burzloff in at first base. Max Freshley is at second. Jacob Meyer is at the shortstop position. Colton Peniston at the hot corner at third. Tyson Stephenson left. Colt Miller at center. And James Gregoire in right. We'll take a quick step aside here as we get the national anthem and resume our pregame coverage right after this. All right, and so we get rocking and rolling here. Let's continue on with the starting lineups here for both squads as we take a look at the batting order first. For the visiting Sabres of Central DeWitt, Jacob Meyer doing the duties at the number 1 spot. Dawson Petchy in the number 2 hole. Burzloff will be in the number 3 spot, and Freshley will be the cleanup hitter for today's contest. Linus will be the DH here, and will DH for the center fielder in Miller. And then it'll be followed by Caden Huff, Tyson Steffens, Colton Peniston, and Jameson Gregoire in the number 9 spot, the second leadoff man, if you will. And, of course, let's take a look on over at the Mount Vernon Mustangs when they get the chance to come up in the next half inning. It will include Colin Bentley, Garrett Swartzendruber, Eric Lamb, the first three to greet Sabre batters. Then Michael Ryan, followed by Kellen Haverback, Cole Thurn, Porter Chapman, Gabe Braft, and the DH, Cale Foreman. So that is a look at the defense and batting order here for both teams. Brought to you in part by the great folks at Casmium Sports. Check them out today at CasmiumSports.com. Again, I am your announcer here for today, Andrew Brown. Thanks again for tuning in. And there's plenty of chances, ladies and gentlemen, to catch us. Whether it's iabaseball1@gmail.com, also iabaseball on Facebook. You can also catch us anywhere, social media scene, really. However you want to get in touch with us. That includes Instagram. We're on Twitter /X. And so however you want to get in touch, connect with us, share with us, and have a lot of fun. Really, thanks again, as always. It's a blessing to be able to broadcast these games. So want to go ahead and give a shout out to the umpires who make it possible. And let's get rolling here. Meyer doing the duties to start things off as he will take a look at strike one to start, and off we are rocking. It is, again, underway here from Mount Vernon, Iowa. The beautiful backdrop here for us as strike one starts us off, and that one gets hit high left field and drifting out of play, and in the end, we're back at it. The 0-2 count here, and as always, we do have our high and tight program coming your way every week. A chance for you to get involved, get your thoughts in. Of course, that includes stat lines, big events, videos, highlights, all that kind of jazz. We want to hear from you, as that one is pulling the string just a little bit. Heck of a way to start the game here as McDermott starts things off with strikeout number one. And Dawson Petch doing the duties now as he's stepping on up here for the Sabres. Looking to add on to what is a strong season for him. And he takes a look at the first pitch, and that gets shot out right side. Nicely done out there at second. And that's how you make it happen. Chapman with a good fielding. And he ends up with the 4-3 put out and 2 quick down. Now Burzloff stepping on up to the plate.
Is it Petch or Petchy? All right, I'll get it right. I got it right the second time. I guessed.
And Burzloff on the year, batting .414, 69 total bases, has driven in 40 runs on the year. 46 hits overall on the season. And again, those 40 RBI tops on this team as we start things off here with a 1-0 count. And dial it in there. We now even it up at 1 apiece. McDermott, the senior on the year, 38 strikeouts, leads this team as a .312 average. Team's hitting just .229 against him as he touches up strike number 2. And he's done all this through 40 innings pitched on the season. So the 1-2 delivery here with 2 down. Look, and he'll fire on home. That one gets struck out there into left center field, but a heck of a play by third as he comes on and gloves it for out number 3. So no harm, no hits, no nothing. In fact, great defensive play here from the Mustangs, and they'll get the chance with their first at-bat here of the game. Bentley, Swartzendruber, and Lamb greeting us when we come back out of the break right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Hey, everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insulites, the LED.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back as we get rocking and rolling at the bottom half of the inning. Again, Andrew Brown here giving you the balls and strikes, and a lot of fun as we get rocking and rolling here. It's the start of the offensive side of the inning here for Colin Bentley to kick things off here. Bentley, stolen base machine on the season, takes a look at ball one to start off his first at-bat. And now sees it drawn even at 1-1. Bentley at 25 stolen bases as far as my count goes, 3 shy of the school record, if I'm not mistaken. And he has been one of the more electric guys to watch this year. I got to see him once in passing, and it really is fun to watch. It's sort of like, really good anticipatory, great footwork, all that kind of jazz. That one is popped up, and that will barely grace the outfield grass. And coming on will be Meyer for the catch, as he will secure out number 1, and a big one at that, as Bentley is set down on the pop-up. And now Schwartzendruber stepping on up here for his first time. And, of course, Schwartzendruber on the season. We've mentioned him once or twice here this year. 361 on the season, has driven in 19, has 35 hits. 10 of them have gone for extra. So this is the guy who can make it dangerous for sure. It's strike 1, and now the second pitch is just off the edge. We go 1-1. And he connects on that one into left field, but shallow left field. And that will be where Meyer records yet another out. So second consecutive out here at shortstop for the Sabres. And now it's Eric Lamb to get things rolling in his first trip. Lamb has been absolutely amazing since coming on over. He's had a .402 average, leads this team with 62 total bases. And what's not to like? In the end, 18 extra base hits on the season across 37 hits total. And that one gets fouled out of play. Here we go 0-1. This is a team that really has been on the doorstep of state tournament action for quite some time. They've, in the end, they've drawn quite a hard sub-state the last 3 years in particular, losing to Waller Catholic not too long ago. And they, again, wherever they end up catching, it does seem like this is a program that, regardless, is battle tested. That one on a chopper out there to short. The nice pick and a fire across the diamond gets him. Heck of a play there. A nice deep in the hole stop by Meyer. Had to get all of it and more. So heck of a way to end that half of the inning. Great defense here for the Sabres, as that 6-3 putout will effectively go 1, 2, 3. So no hits, no runs, nobody left on base. All empty as we continue to roll on. Once again, stay drive as best you can out there. Make it happen. We're going to try and make it happen here. We'll be back after this right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/health-powers-life.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Max Freshley doing the duties, kicking things off as we hit a brand new inning here. And let's get rocking as we bring back everything into the fold here. We start with strike one. And his first at bat, that one's sailing a bit high. We even it up now at 1 apiece. Again, both teams going pretty much 1, 2, 3 in their first inning worth of action. And here we go again, Freshly, the number 4 hole man, swings through that one, and we get strike 2. Freshly on the year as a junior, 282, 37 total bases. And that foul tip keeps him there as we remain at our 1-2 count. Again, last year was one of the bigger highlight years for Central DeWitt, making it to state, and one of arguably one of the better battles in the sub-state open, in the state tournament opener, I should say, that I have ever seen in quite some time. A heck of a game, unfortunately for them, walked off by Wallert on a pass ball, and again, that was a tremendous group of guys last year. And they're looking to turn that into, again, a tremendous group here this year. That one gets lifted out there to left field. That one's carrying just a bit. It has something to it, and a heck of a play. Call him Superman out there. Heck of an effort. And third says, I'll be the human vacuum today. Secures out number 1 in a huge fashion. Wow, what a play. You know, it's also kind of a shame because definitely got to star that one in the scorebook. It goes out as a flyout, but man, if there's another way to mark that, I sure would. That was a heck of an effort. Great play as we continue on. Linus doing the duties up next, the DH here.
Designated hitter number 16, Zach Linus.
Linus, the senior, batting .360. He has 16 runs driven in as he check swings, and in the end goes for a strike there. We even it up at 1 apiece. And so now the look, and we'll fire home again. That one right back at us. Thankfully, that's why they have the net. Otherwise, I could have caught that, maybe. I didn't bring my glove today. So again, jury's out on that. But in the end, here we go with the 1-2 count. And the delivery catches them. Watching that strikeout number 2 here for McDermott.
Linus goes down on strikes.
And this is becoming a good defensive start to this game now as Huff gets his chance to step on up. Huff, the senior, 282 on the year, 20 runs driven in out of 31 total hits on the season. He has 8 extra base hits, so very much capable of taking it for a ride, but he takes a look at that one too far outside here, and we start 0-1. Again, 2 down here. Both teams and pitching staffs have done a good job to start this game. Heck of an effort there. We go 0-2. So however you're enjoying postseason opener 3A, 4A style, thanks again for tuning in with us or wherever you're catching this across the state. And in the end, we get moving on now with a 1-2 marker. Again, 2 down. Both teams went 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. And the next pitch gets them swinging. Confused them a little bit there. Back-to-back strikeouts will officially wrap up the inning. The second inning where the Mustangs have forced the Sabres to go 1, 2, 3. We get the chance to turn that around with the bottom half. And it will be Ryan, Haverback, and Thurn when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete,
when you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks once again. Andrew Brown here helping to bring you all the action here from Mount Vernon, Iowa, here at Cornell University, home of the Rams and the Mustangs here as we get rocking. Plenty of ways to contact us. IA Baseball on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and of course, IA Baseball, the number 1 at gmail.com. Plenty of ways to get in touch with us there. And again, have a great time with us. Michael Ryan doing the duties to kick things off here in the bottom half of inning number 2. And as always, having a blast with this. Again, as we continue to roll, again, Ryan has been a staple so far this season. Swings through strike one. 319 for his average, slugging at a clip of 404. He's driven in 23, 30 total hits on the year, and just kind of a theme with this squad, a lot of hits on this roster. Both of these teams have a lot of good offensive production, and but I should say so far, though, we've seen a lot of good defensive play, as Huff will poke across his second strike here of the at-bat. Huff helped him go 1-2-3 with 2 pop-outs and a ground out in the first. And that time, does he get it? No, he does not. Check swing officially held up for Ryan as we go 1-2. So everything empty up to this point. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on. But Mount Vernon looking to change that. That one on a strike right side. Nicely done at second here as Freshley will secure out number 1 and a good out at that.
Now batting first baseman number 23, Kellen Haverback.
Haverback now up at the plate in his first chance here in this battle. The sophomore batting 309, 30 total bases on the campaign. We have one down. And that one catches the outer edge. It seems like Huff really kind of has that, at least a game plan, hit that outside edge. He's doing it really good so far. Has yet to get a strikeout, though. He's looking for that first K of the game. Again, these broadcasts, as always throughout the season, brought to you by the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. Really appreciate them for helping to make these broadcasts. And again, I urge you, if you want fine dining at its best, check out the Log Cabin Greek Steakhouse in Galena, Illinois. Have yourself a time there. That one tried to paint the outside corner, brings it even now at 2 apiece. The Mustangs looking to add on, this would be their 20th win should they connect on the victory here. And that pitch gets sent high out of play. And for the Sabres here, they're looking for their 18th win of the season. Again, Central DeWitt 17-18 entering today's game. And again, the Mount Vernon Mustangs 17-12 entering today's contest. That one, a slow roller just past the pitcher. Freshley will have a quick throw, and he'll get it. Defense is on point today. Second consecutive out there by Freshley, as now we go 2 down. And that'll bring up Cole Thurn, who just made a heck of a play out there in left field. He's looking to add that here onto the hitting side of things. Takes a look at strike one on the outside edge. I got to give Huff some credit here. He is dialed in to start things. Both of these pitchers are dialed in, and that gives us what is a good defensive start here. Again, the Sabres fresh off of the 2024 season, which they made the state tournament. And again, one of their better seasons to date. Again, as we mentioned earlier, the 25 wins last year was the 14th 20-plus win season since 2009-2010 campaign. That one gets lifted right side, but mid-right field, I should say, coming on with a little bit of a slide there in right field will secure the out. as Gregoire will capture out number 3, and that is how we wrap up this half inning worth of play. So despite a little bit of action there, nothing too much, as once again 1, 2, and 3 go the Mustangs here. Both teams through 2 innings, no base runners, no hits, but we might get that changed up. Coming on up here in inning number 3, Steffens, Peniston, and Gregoire coming on up right after this here for the Sabres when we return.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to the broadcast here from Mount Vernon, Iowa. The backdrop for our battle here, 3A postseason opener. And we get rocking and rolling here. Tyson Steffens getting things started on off here as he takes a look at ball 1 off the shoe tops here, starting it at 1-0. That one tried to go inside and no go with that one. Steffens on the year, a sophomore, 19 total bases, 13 runs driven in on the campaign. And he sends that blooper out there into shallow center. Coming on with a nice run will be Ryan, as he'll secure out number 1 to start the top half of inning number 3.
Number 11, Colton Peniston.
So Colton Peniston jumping on up here next here for the Sabres. Peniston, a lineage of Peniston batters here. Again, the junior batting .244, has 7 runs driven in, 19 hits on the 2025 campaign. Takes strike 1 there. Again, these two teams, once again, in another battle here. They used to be in conference. That one nicely done. Pulled the string just a bit to get a strike. This, again, the overall battle here between these two teams. Central DeWitt leads the series 15-12. As that one is in there for ball 1. So the 28th meeting all time between these two programs. Again, 15 wins have come for Central DeWitt, 12 in the series for the Mustangs. That one just off the edge of the bat here. We leave it at a 1-2 count. And if you're just joining us thinking, oh man, what happened here? We're already into the 3rd inning. Due to weather, things have been moved on up just a bit. But nonetheless, we're still playing action here, as that marks the 4th strikeout of the game here already for McDermott. 3 innings, 4 strikeouts already. That's a pretty good balanced effort here out of the Mustang hurler. And now as we go 2 down, we move on to Jamison Gregoire. Gregoire out of the number 9 hole, man. Again, the sophomore, 24 total bases here. He has driven in 6, 19 hits so far on the campaign for him. Takes ball 1. And as we continue, I do want to remind you to, again, give all the shout-outs, the love and praise you can to all the great umpires who make this possible. Again, we're not going to have robo-umpires anytime soon, so this is a great way to go ahead and give some love and shout-out to those guys who make it possible, guys and gals. The 2-0 will be dialed in there for strike 1. But again, I appreciate all that. And I want to give a shout out to Andy Umpton, Chris Cuellar, and everybody at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. They put on a great format. In the end, the state tournament is always a stellar event and always worthy. You got guys taking note of it years later. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. McDermott showcase that energy. Heck of a game for him. That is 5 strikeouts on the day so far, and yet another 1-2-3 inning here for the Mustangs defensively. We came into this thinking it would be a shootout. Turns out it is not. It is more than that. It's a defensive battle, and we'll have more coming on up when we get Chapman, Kraft, and Foreman after this, right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We keep rolling right along here. Chapman is the man that gets us started here as we kick off bottom of inning number 3. All scoreless up to this point. Strike one here to start off his first bat of the postseason. And now we get the second pitch. That one right back from whence it came. Heck of a play there, Huff. Got to tell you what, was on it from the get-go. That's how you make that play. And he officially secures the out. 1-3 put out for Gabe Graft now to step on up to the plate. Graft, a freshman, with 8 total bases or 7 total bases on the year, has 5 hits under his limited action here. As we get one down, and here we go with the pitch. That one catches the outer corner. Huff has been working that strike zone on the outer edge, and you can see Graff stepping right up close inside the box. That one too far out of the zone here. Again, all empty. Both teams have gone 1-2-3 through the first 2 innings of action. And that one, a nice, looks like a 2-seamer tailed its way back in. We go 1-2 with our count. And the 1-2 delivery now, the pitch. And he catches him. That one, an outside edge look. The man behind the disc said that is a strikeout, the first one of the game here for Huff as he sets them down. And now 2 outs already quickly here, and that brings up the number 9 hole man, the DH, Cale Foreman. And there you go, strike on the edge. That seems to be the type of pitch that will be called here. So teams are going to really have to battle through that outside edge. Here's the 0-1. That one letter high, called strike. Foreman already with a 10 total bases under his belt. Looking to add more here in this early going. Here's the pitch. That one tried to go inside, just gets away from him. We go 1-2 with the count. And as always here, give us your thoughts and the scores, updates across the league. We'll try and do the same as that one keeps them there at 1-2. Again, the Sabres in their traditional road uniforms here. The yellow shoulders, and of course we have purple overall jerseys, yellow lettering and numbering. That one gets lifted out there, a blooper out there into center. That will find its way, and that's the first hit of the ball game. Heck of a way to battle back from 2 strikes. He finds his way to poke a seeing eye single into the outfield, and the first hit of the game comes from the Mustangs' 9-hole man and Foreman. And now we may have something on our hands here. Bentley stepping on up for the second time. And here we go. 2 down. Runner on first. The first base runner we've had here through 2 2/3 innings worth of action. Huff looking off there. First time he's been in the stretch all game, and he fires home. That one gets shot right side, foul ball. We start 0-1. Again, however you're tuning in, let me know. We got some Sabre fans, we got some Mustang fans, and gotta say, we got some shout outs here. Of course, we got shout out to Eric Lamb. That one sent out to left side. The nice play over there at first gets the speedy Bentley. I gotta say, even a routine ground out's never safe with Colin Bentley. And again, a big shout out to Eric Lamb there. And of course, shout out to the Sabres as well. We'll get that on the other side of the break. But for right now, we've had a hit. The defensive battle now has 1 hit in the ball game, and in the end, nothing else to call for yet. When we come on back, Central DeWitt will have the top of their lineup, Meyer, Petchy, and Burzloff, when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back here. And not much on the inning-by-inning look here brought to you by Insulites, but we do have 1 hit in the mix here. Again, Mount Vernon with the hit from Foreman out of the number 9 hole last time up. And, of course, right now, as we go ahead, we will get things rocking and rolling here with the top half of inning number 4. And as we do so, I want to say thanks again for tuning in and making this a part of your day as always. We get rolling here with the top of the lineup here for Central DeWitt. Jacob Meyer, 0 for 1 so far. Takes the ball high and up and away as we get start rolling.
7, Jacob Meyer.
And Meyer, as we had talked about earlier, the sophomore, 293 with 39 total bases, 34 hits on the year, and that's a major league pop-up. That will be fielded out there near the third base bag by the shortstop in Bentley as he captures that one for out number 1. And a quick one at that as the pop out will now bring up Dawson Petchy to the plate. He is 0 for 1. And again, he's trying to change the tides. We have 1 hit so far in this game, but again, it was by Foreman out of the 9 hole for the Mustangs. That one gets dialed in there for the strike with 0-1. And this is, these two teams had met routinely not too long ago. Of course, Central DeWitt changing conference allegiances here, and I believe this would be their 3rd or 4th year in the conference, in their new conference in which they reside. That pitch not quite in there. We go and even it up at 1 apiece. Again, the Central DeWitt Sabres are, I believe, 3 or 4 years into the Mississippi Athletic Conference here. They're 6-12 in conference play, 17-18, but they do have a 4-game winning streak under their belt. The 3-1, and that'll get a strike there. You could tell Petchy really thought that was ball number 4 and allowing him onto the base pass. Instead, you get the dangerous McDermott a chance once again for another strikeout opportunity. And the full count delivery. That one does go too low, and it takes 2 more pitches. But in the end, Petchy is the first base runner of the game here for the Sabres. as he gets onto the base paths here. So again, we're trying to breeze through this game. Weather is looking like it may be a factor here, but we keep on rolling. It's Kay Burzloff stepping on up to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. So with one runner on and one down, the 1-0 count gets us kicked off here. Again, you have to go through at least 5 innings in order for it to count as a full contest. The 1-0, that one is in there nicely here. We get 1-1 with the count. Again, both teams now have a claim to one runner onto the base paths. And the Sabres currently with that opportunity right now. Again, out of the Mississippi Athletic Conference. And they were a Walmack squad, which the Mount Vernon Mustangs are right now out of the Walmack East. And of course, as we continue on here, just to make sure I got everything correct here, again, out of the Walmack East. Again, both these teams did battle quite a bit in the past, but now they are officially non-conference foes. That one sent out of play here, and we remain 1-2. Again, the overall series is just slightly led by the Sabres, 15 games to 12. Both of these teams are on a roll here as of late. Again, as we mentioned, the Sabres with a 4-game win streak coming into today's battle, and that's the same that can be said for Mount Vernon. Also 4 straight wins entering today's contest. So time called there as we continue on. As always, we want to go ahead and if there's any big announcement, we want this to be yours, right? Your broadcast, yours. We are all about highlighting the players, coaches, athletes. As that one is so close, that was inches away. Heck of a play there by McDermott. But again, your thoughts and more. This is all about highlighting the players, coaches, and umpires who make this great game here possible in the state of Iowa. That one tried to catch the outside corner there, missed on that one. We draw it even now at 2-2. It was, very interesting. These two teams have been kind of staples, regardless of the record. We've seen them have some big wins here. Again, earlier this season, it was the Sabres to take a win over Mount Vernon. And look there, almost got him, but that one gets away. And is he going to take third? He's going to try for it. Heading on over to third, the slide, the throw not in line. And just like that, a heck of a pickoff attempt. McDermott had him dead to right, but in the end, the throw offline and opportunity now to strike for Central DeWitt. And again, Burzloff with an even better opportunity, a runner on third and one down. So even a high fly ball would be able to plate him in. And a defensive battle like that, I got to say, this is a huge momentum shift here. McDermott will look, he'll fire on home. That one gets lifted high, but out of play. We keep it right here, all full, 3-2. Again, well, a lot of games, not a lot of games, but some of the postseason openers have been rescheduled. Wallert's battle from Petrucas Field has been moved to tomorrow. That one chopped back here. We keep it rolling. And of course, here we go. There are a lot of games that have already gotten into play. We'll give you score updates, as that one is a huge strikeout. Hold the phone. We get another K. Can you believe it? Already 6 strikeouts for McDermott on the day. He has become a one-man wrecking crew on the mound, as we're going to have a quick conversation here. hard to imagine anything about taking him out of this one. He has been electric here in 3 innings worth of play right now. He has been, again, fun to watch. Some scores from around the league here. Right now, we've had a 9-8 victory. Cedar Rapids Kennedy narrowly squeaks out a win over Cedar Rapids Washington. We've had Carlisle with a big win, 2-0 over Nevada. And then we've also had Fairfield over Mount Pleasant 3-1. Waukee takes down Des Moines East 10-0. Benton over Williamsburg 3-2. And those are the only games that we have had in final right now. End of the 4th inning, Glenwood over Denison Schleswig 3-2. Again, we have had some games being rescheduled to tomorrow. And we'll give you an update on what that may look like coming up here. But right now, let's continue to rock right along here. Freshly stepping on up. We do have 2 down, and we still have that runner on third. Gets a strike there. McDermott has been electric here for the Mustangs. And that one gets hit high. That one's playable out there in left field. It's taken back. The wind got it. But in the end, heck of a play out there in center. Ryan with a good back pedal to secure the out. And the fly out to center will officially wrap it up. So no hits. 1 runner left on base, no runs, and we are still stuck right now at an empty game. We may end up having a little bit of a weather delay here, and it looks like we will here for the at least immediate future up to this point. We're going to see how all that changes, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll get all that answered for you, all the questions and more coming on up right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Hey everybody, got something special for all you electric fence owners out there. It's called Insolites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's so great you can see it from the comforts of your car or even your own home. That's right, you can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right through it, and that's all you need to do. Because Insolites goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no pulse, there is no flashing light, helping you locate where a problem may be or where a problem may exist that you didn't know was happening. It's simple as that. So you don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, or shock yourself to test if your fence is working. All you need to do today is head to insolites.com and get you some, and you will not be disappointed. It's simplicity at its finest. So go ahead to insolites.com today and get you some. Oh, and by the way, make sure to tell them that IA Baseball sent you.
RDA Financial Network is a proud sponsor of IABaseball.com. RDA supports the sport of baseball in the state of Iowa. We believe the game of baseball promotes many values such as hard work, determination, and teamwork, values that matter on and off the baseball field, and values that we demonstrate to our clients every day in our offices across the country. RDA provides financial planning and wealth management services to our clients in 6 communities in the state of Iowa. RDA Financial Network is an SEC-registered investment advisory firm. RDA advisors may offer securities through United Planners Financial Services, a member of FINRA and SIPC. United Planners is not affiliated with RDA Financial Network nor iabaseball.com. Please visit rdafn.com to find an RDA advisor near you.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events, we work at all the state events, and you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.
Life's buzzing with energy, from the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it is a bit rainy out there, and that's where we're right now in a rain delay. We will go ahead and try and keep it right here for a little bit. If we do happen to end this broadcast, you'll still be right here. It's the same link. It's the same. No matter how or where you're seeing us on. We're still right here, the same exact look. So right here on the IA Sports YouTube page, if you're catching us through the link on the Iowa High School Athletic Association link, then that's the same link there you'll be able to use. Plenty of just ways to get in touch. So no matter what, we're hopefully, the only thing that would take us necessarily away from this broadcast is if there was a tornado siren or anything like that. If we do get that, then we will be we'll be heading in and we'll suspend this broadcast. But again, it's right here where you will be able to catch up with all of our stuff. So we will resume action again if we get disconnected here. So we do have a couple other things here along the lines. We have a lot of cool interviews here for you. I do want to go ahead and give you a few of that here, just as we have a little bit of time on our hands, a little bit of time. I got the chance to catch up with a really fun comeback story. And I say that because Ames product, Logan Bierke, we saw him 2 years ago at the Iowa High School State Tournament 4A final. It was, again, the Ames that year in 2023 had an epic run. It was one of the best runs we've seen that unfortunately didn't end in a title, but it gave us the best tournament opener, the best state tournament title game that we have ever seen. And I will stand by that for years and years and years to come. It was absolutely fun. And Logan Bierke was an amazing outfield vacuum. He is the human vacuum out there in center field. I got the chance to catch up with him and have a whole lot of fun with that conversation. So I'll give you that conversation here. Again, if you want to relive that conversation, it's right here on the iSports YouTube page. And again, just look up High and Tight Logan Bierke, Bjerke, and you'll be able to catch up on all of that conversation. But here's a tidbit from that right here and right now. Take a listen and enjoy. He has a 1-1 count. That one's struck high. Left side. That one's going. That's out of here off the line. You have to be kidding me. Fireworks. Here you go. And welcome all inside. That's right, high and tight. It's, again, the flagship show, part of the IA Baseball Network, the place where you can catch us from high school, college, and the professional ranks. Baseball, always with an Iowa twist. As always, you can hit us up wherever you find us here. That includes iabaseball1@gmail.com. Again, right up here, iabaseball1@gmail.com. Also, we are all across the social media scene, whether that be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, or formerly known as, or now X, formerly known as Twitter, I should say. We're there, and that's a great chance for you to get in contact with us. From Performance Player of the Week to just cool videos and a whole lot more. It's always fun to go on and highlight those things because there's a lot of talent in the state. Again, I've talked with several coaches outside the state, and they love the talent that's in here. So let's go ahead and help bring that talent up to light. And so, again, Saturday's your chance to that's your deadline to get in your Player of the Week nominations, and then Sunday/Monday your chance to vote. And then whoever gets that on High and Tight, you'll see the winner of our Player of the Week. So make sure to check that out. So again, as we roll right along here, I got the full stock in store here. We don't take fastballs down the middle here. We've got our is this heaven? No, it's IA Baseball. That's by the one and only Dwyer Brown. Signed ball there. I've got my banana ball. I got my signed David and Mickey Evans hat. And, of course, the Sandlot behind me. You know, what more do you want out of life here, right? But, again, appreciate everyone and the thoughts. And, by the way, I like Wednesdays because Taco Tuesday. But here we go. Let's rock it. And one thing I am a very big fan of, ladies and gentlemen, is the comeback story. We all are, right? And the comeback story unfortunately has to start with something not going so right. Right. And, in the end, one of the things I love about athletics, about baseball, about just sports is that, guys push through and push by when others say, no, don't do it. And so they push the limits. They go beyond those limits. And we got one of those guys on here we've already seen thrive on the biggest of stages. He gets a chance. He gets a chance to continue to do that after a huge injury. That's right. Logan Bierke, who we'll have on in just a couple seconds. We saw him at the state tournament, right? We saw him calling him the human vacuum for what he is, and just the range that he has had for days. An exciting electric player. Went through a little turbulent time with the UCL. UCL problem. Nerve repair, had a nerve moved, I should say. So officially Tommy John repair. Boy, that's a lot. And yet he comes out of it, and we get the chance to speak with him right here and right now on the Insulites.com hotline. Logan, thanks again for joining us. Bless you, man. You've gone through heck, because I don't know who's going to watch this. I'm going to say heck for right now, but we know what it means. And then you've come on the other end of it. So thanks again for taking the time here, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Very grateful.
Well, you know what, man? It's been grateful to watch you play. Again, we got to see you on the state tournament stage, and we saw it when the Little Cyclones had that magical run and made it the best state tournament that I have ever yet to be a part of here. And then, of course, we've gone all the way fast forward to now, and you've kind of had a little turbulence yourself here. But first and foremost, man, take me through before we get to that. Let's catch up a little bit. What have the last few seasons been like for you guys? I mean, what's it been like for you? I know that you've gone through the injury, but man, take me back to what that run was like for you guys, and what's life like for you now.
Back in 23, obviously made state championship.
Yeah.
Lost on a heartbreaker. But it kind of just, showed everybody what Ames baseball is about.
Yep.
Also Coach Steenhagen being a great coach, and, all the guys, when we round together, we're better than everybody. Or not better, I say, but we can
I love that.
We can play with anybody. We can play with anybody. And, it gives you the certain confidence to go out there and want to be better every single day as a team and as a player.
And you know what? We saw that, and we even saw that last season. I mean, I thought, honestly, last year was that game against Dowling was probably state tournament worthy. I honestly have said that once. I'll say it again 20 times. That was a heck of an effort, heck of a play, and absolutely love seeing that. Well, one of the things that since has transpired is, unfortunately, you had to go through an UCL, not ACL, UCL issue here. So first off, take us through. Because we're talking about a comeback story here. Unfortunately, it doesn't start without something going a little bit of a hiccup here. But take us through how did that come about? How did the UCL tear happen?
So, coach called team together before we played Fort Dodge of it was early July last year. So right before we played Dowling.
Yep.
And rounded us all up, said he needed a pitcher, and I stepped up. I was like, "Yep, I'll go pitch." Went out there, like 75 pitches in the 7th inning. Arm was feeling great. Everything was feeling good. Threw one pitch, my arm popped, went numb, and that was my nerve popping out of place. So it suppressed the pain of my UCL popping. Called Steen over to me and told him, I was like, yeah, I gotta get pulled. I can't feel my arm. Hurts really bad. Walked out, grabbed some ice, and went and saw the trainers the next day, and we taped it up, and I went out there and I only hit against Dowling, and yeah, that was about it. It was just a lot of popping, a lot of numbness. Couldn't feel my fingers.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. I could only flip the ball about 10 feet.
No way.
Yep.
So take me through this again. That nerve moved, and when people say that, it's not like a rubber band that comes back into place here. What was, first off, you mentioned a little bit of the feeling, which I think I'm feeling now. Ow. But I gotta say, what was the process after? Because I assume it wasn't just, hey, it'll wander its way back into place here. A nerve out of place. I've never heard of that before.
Yep. So, popped out. It was. So there's a groove right here.
Okay. Yep.
In your elbow. So that's your funny bone. And popped out, and it went to right here on my. Oh wait, hold on. Went to about right here.
No.
And so went to the doctors about 3 days later, and Dr. Wormy was feeling around, and he was like, "That's not supposed to be right there." And he started moving it around, and it send shocks through my fingers, and it was very, very uncomfortable. And we can't put that back in the groove because it's so unstable that it'll just keep popping out. So we had to go move the nerve farther up into my arm, so that it'll stay put. So
it's not back in the original spot necessarily.
Nope.
Has that impacted how you perform? I mean, gotta give me a second here, because that was, I mean, the fact that you're still playing through that just blows my mind. So, I mean, kudos. Let's take a little bit of whatever you're drinking, man, because I'll have that any day. But So has that impacted your play? Has that impacted how you had to operate, or have you been able to kind of get back to some normalcy?
Definitely gotten back to some normalcy.
Okay.
I don't have any feeling in my arm still. Don't have any feeling in my finger still. It's starting to come back ever so slightly.
Okay.
Main thing that's affected is hitting. Not being able to feel my top hand on the bat sometimes is a little awkward.
Yeah.
Um, just makes me feel like my swing's slow. Um,
Yeah.
Throwing, I don't feel it as much throwing.
Okay.
Um, that th- Throwing is just it's kind of off and on,
Yeah.
because the repair it comes with a brace. It's like a carbon fiber type of brace on my
Ooh.
UCL. So I feel that a little bit more than anything. Um, but the nerve's definitely there. It's definitely there. I got some teammates that like to come up and try and tap it and find it, and that's not all that enjoyable. But
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they have to put you through that as well. Oh,
exactly.
but oh my gosh, man, that's a journey in itself. Oh man.
Yep.
But you go through there, you get there, and I mean, what was the timeline? I guess I should say before. I mean, when they looked at it and had everything checked out, gone through, and then getting back into activities. Were you still able to do baseball activities, or was there, what was the timeline that you couldn't do anything? And I mean, thankfully, we got you here for the season, but
Yep.
what was the timeline, and how hard was it to not touch a baseball or anything like that through that timeline?
Yeah, it was about a 10-11 month recovery.
Oh boy.
Um, I got the surgery Friday before school started, so about mid-August. Was in a sling for a month. Couldn't do anything. Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
Couldn't move it. Had to sleep on a pillow. Um, couldn't take showers. Um, and, and so let's see.
Man, that's just
I was in PT for about 3 times a week.
okay.
Um, yep, trying to straighten and bend my arm again. I couldn't straighten it, couldn't bend it past 90 degrees.
Oh man.
Um, yeah, it took me about 3 months to be able to touch my shoulder again, bend my arm
Wow.
and touch my shoulder. Still not able to fully straighten it all the way. That's
Okay.
still coming along. Let's
Wow.
see. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Um, I was um I'm blanking. Uh,
Oh, you're good. There's a lot in there.
yep.
Oh,
A lot of
man.
exercise, a lot of stretching. Affects your shoulder a lot more than you
Okay.
realize. My shoulder's really weak. My grip strength was also very very bad. I was
Oh.
at 180 pounds on my left arm, and I was at 95 on my right arm. Um,
Oh.
and then we eventually climbed that up to 220 on my right arm and 210 on my left arm. So that
Nice.
all came back perfectly fine. A lot of med ball work.
Okay.
Um, then got into my throwing program. Started at 30 feet, 25 throws. Uh, it was about a 12-week program.
Okay.
Went all the way up to 130 feet, and then I had to repeat it. Go back down to 30, work back up to 120. And that was that was when reality started to sink in, because I was playing catch with my dad, and it was like I was like 5 again, learning how to throw, and it
Oh.
it was a great feeling to share that experience with my dad, and him be there all the way through it. Um,
Oh man.
yeah, and
Well, that
back
was
to
where I was. Go ahead. Go ahead.
uh, I was just gonna say that uh, I was also told I can't pitch anymore. So no more pitching for me. If I would have gotten the full Tommy John surgery, then I would have been able to pitch, but I chose not to since I won't be pitching in college.
Yep.
So I chose to do the other one. So
Well, and in the end, Logan, I think I the smart. I mean, however it works out, man. That's the route that in the end, I think the good Lord has set forth, and in the end, you guys have certainly have worked your way to get to your position. But I also got to ask when with this, I know that, gosh, for me, I can only imagine how hard it was to sit there, go through. I mean, you're a guy that's been used to, grind, the daily grind, getting out there as an athlete, getting things done, off-season workouts, doing other things, and here you are, you're having to not move that arm, and gosh, that I think that would take a lot of people down mentally. How big was that of a challenge to go through this? Uh, how big? I mean, how hard was it? I know it's easy to say. It's easy for us to sit here and say, "Man, it had to have been hard," but none of us have had to go through that, especially as an athlete who's used to doing so much stuff at this point. How hard was it mentally to kind of keep yourself in check and play the waiting game?
my mom was a big part of that. She made sure I wasn't doing a whole lot. Practices, I'd go to our 3T select practices and kind of be around the guys and
Yep.
wanted to keep the connection with everyone and seeing them throw baseballs as hard and as far as they wanted to and seeing them run down baseballs and just me sitting over there on the bench just cheering them on was really hard. But I knew I was going to be back. I knew that I was gonna be able to have the same feeling as they were, and missing the cage. I missed probably about 150 at bats during the fall and springtime that
Yeah.
I missed out on, and missed out on timing pitches, seeing pitches, and just not having the temptation to go out there and do what I love is really hard, and it's something that's pretty eye opening when you've been doing it your whole life. And I
Yeah.
would say it was worth every PT session though. So that's what I think.
I gotta say, having you back is obviously huge, and the fact that you've come back and I mean, you're still doing a heck of a job, man. I mean, over 30 total bases on is already up to this point is no slouch, and yeah, to think that you're going through something like that and you're still one of the RBI leaders on the squad, it does showcase a lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want the inspirational tale, obviously Logan's got it here for you. But Logan, I also have got to ask here with that during that whole time. I mean, I know it's the support system is always big. You talk about your dad. He's been a very vocal supporter of you for quite some time, and that's from us seeing it and seeing all that he has put on social media, as well as just reaching out to us about a number of different things. When I caught wind of the injury, man, I knew I had to have you on at some point, and I'm glad that when I reached out, I'm glad that we could connect because this is something huge. But it also showed to me that there's a lot of support system there. First of all, what conversations did you and your dad have early on, or what was the conversation like as you went through this, knowing that I mean he obviously was there from day one helping you through this.
uh, just believing in yourself.
Yeah.
He's always believed in me, no matter what's happened. Rough games, good games, everything. He's always been there through it. Telling me that it's just everybody goes through something in life, and this is the thing that you've gone through. No matter how unfair or fair it is,
Mhm.
you got to work through it, and you got to have an open mind, and you just got to keep doing you. Um, to show everybody that or prove everybody wrong. Prove everybody wrong. That's his go to.
There you
Is
go.
is prove everybody wrong.
Absolutely love that.
Yep.
Again, and that's what you and Ames, all you guys have been proven. And at this point, not a lot of people are thinking that anymore. You've turned the tides, which is really, really cool. But during this process for you again, you talk about 3Ts. Obviously, a program, an atmosphere that's top notch. I don't know if you get any better than that. But what were they telling you? I mean, did any of your college coaches reach out to you? What were those conversations like? Because I assume it's a little bit different than just dad or mom, that kind of conversation. I know that in the end, it still has to be somewhat sort of okay, let's business like how do we get you there? What's the next steps? But what were the conversations, or what was it like to interact with your 3Ts coaches, and what was it like for your college coaches to reach out?
So talking with Torin and
Yeah.
Robert Shahidi, we were talking about just how it's going to affect college and
Yep.
and make you might not get as much money in scholarship just because you could possibly be high risk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have an announcement from, again, the sub-state battle here between the Mount Vernon Mustangs and Central DeWitt Sabres has been postponed until tomorrow at 5. So tomorrow at 5 will be a battle. We'll try and make right back at it here and get another broadcast rolling here for you. But as for right now, the game has been pushed to tomorrow. We will not be continuing anymore today. Mother Nature has paused this game. But as it stands right now, and as we will resume our action here, just one hit combined. So when we resume tomorrow, it'll be Mount Vernon with a one-hit lead, but in the end, all tied at 0-0 in the run column. So that is what is coming on and to be expected here down the road. Again, we'll look to be broadcasting this game here as well tomorrow. And so don't go anywhere. Make sure to keep it right here, locked and loaded. Hopefully you enjoyed that really cool interview with Logan Bierke. Again, the full episode is right here on the iSports YouTube page. Go there, get it checked out, get involved with it, and just have a lot of fun with it. Plus, plenty more stuff to go. Head on over to rockfin.com. That's ROKFIN.com. Again, we'll go ahead. I'll put it up here. ROKFIN.com/IA baseball. You can catch up on a lot of different things as well from our all-star Midway All-Star teams that Caden and myself did. Of course, other great things as well. A lot of things to touch up on, so make sure to check that out. As for now, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to say sayonara for today. Again, 5 p.m. We'll look to get pregame coverage right about 4:45 tomorrow, and we'll make sure to get this rocking and rolling here for a Saturday weekend edition of Postseason Baseball. For right now, I want to say thank you so very much for tuning in and making this a part of your day. Until we see each other again tomorrow, stay safe on the base paths. Thanks again.